Okay, good morning once again. We are now on week 2 of fourth quarter. So, quarter 4, week 2, day 1. It's continuation of last week about the measures of position. So, number 1, illustrate and differentiate the 3 measures of position. And number 2, determine the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles of the given ungrouped data. So, ungrouped data. Okay, so let me ask this to you. Assuming you have a stick, how many cuts will you do to divide it into 4, into 10, into 100 equal parts? So you can draw a line in your notebook, try to cut it, divide it into 4 equal parts na lang. Sige, wag na masyadong damihan. How many cuts or how many lines will you do to divide the stick or the line into 4 equal parts? How many? If you want to divide the stick into 4 equal parts, how many cuts will you do? Kunwari, puputol-putulin nyo for you to have 4 equal parts. How many cuts or ilang putol ang gagawin nyo? I mean, ilang bale, ilang cut nga? Okay, 3, yes. 3 cuts. Tatlo. And if you will divide into 10, so you'll have 9. And if you will divide into 100 equal parts, then you will have 99. So that's how you will divide for you to have equal lengths. So look at the formula. We need the following formulas. If you want to look for quartile, so same lang naman, the same pattern, di ba? It only differs in letters. So if you're going to look for quartile, it's Q. If decile, it's D. If percentile, it's P. If quartile, it's over 4 because you have to divide into 4 equal parts. If decile, it's over 10 because you have to divide into 10. And then if percentile, it's over 100. So they differ in terms of letter, in terms of denominator. That denominator will tell you what position or how many you are going to divide. Now, K stands for whatever position you want to know. Let's say if it is quartile 1, so your K here will become 1. If it is quartile 2, your K will become 2. So the same thing. If decile 5, so your K will become 5. If percentile 50, so your K will be 50. Ganun lang. And then N refers to the total number of scores. Kunwari, total number of items. So N lagi yon. So let's start with this example. Oops, naiwan pala yung box ko doon. Yan. So find the lower quartile, middle quartile, and the upper quartile of the given data. So assuming that these are scores of the students in 1 to 20 items. So the highest is 18, the lowest is 3. So let's find what are the scores that belong to lower quartile? What are the scores that belong to middle quartile? What are the scores that belong to upper quartile? So of course, we have to use this formula, yung my Q, because it's about quartiles. So Q sub K is equal to K over 4 in close parentheses, times in close parentheses, n plus 1. So let's see. Okay, if you are dividing this into 4 equal parts, then you will have 3 cuts. Ayan, tatlo. So 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18. So this, you will see the division here. And obviously, so the first line is quartile 1. The second line is quartile 2. And the last line is quartile 3. So before, you learned that quartile 2 is the same as median, right? So median, it's the middle of all the scores. It's between 10 and 10. Still 10 yan. 10 plus 10, 20 divided by 2. It's 10 pa rin. Now, let's solve. So, quartile 1 is between 6 and 8. So, what is between 6 and 8? That's 7, right? Or 6 plus 8, 14 divided by 2, so 7 ang quartile 1 natin. Tapos, quartile 3 is 14 plus 15 divided by 2, that's 14.5. Or simply get the middle between 14 and 15. So, we can say that numbers 3, 4, 6 are the lower quartile. So, quartile 1 is referring to, if it is divided into 4, this is the lower 25%. So, lower quartile. Lower 25% of all the scores. So, these are the scores which are below quartile 1. Quartile 1. And then, middle quartile, of course, these are the numbers in between. Middle quartile, the exact one is 10. And then, the other numbers which are within this are all this, yung nasa gitna. And then, the exact quartile 3 is 14.5. The upper quartile are 15, 16, and 18. Now, there is the so-called interquartile range, which you will use, it's just inserted here, pero for all you know, to get the interquartile, simply subtract. Once you know the upper quartile and you know the lower quartile, simply subtract. So, quartile 3 minus quartile 1. If quartile 3 is 14.5, so subtract quartile 1, which is 7. 7.7 is the interquartile range. So later, you will use this in statistics, but not yet this time. Just to let you know that if you are asked for the interquartile, this is what you will do. Subtract lang. Quartile 3 minus quartile 1. Now, let's go to the main question. Let's look for quartile 1. Let's see if quartile 1 is really 7 using the formula. So, using the formula, quartile 1, so your K now is replaced with 1 because we are looking for quartile 1. And then N is replaced with 12 because there are 12 scores. Tama ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and always plus 1. It's in the formula. This is the common formula, but there are other ways to solve this. Kaya lang baka malito kayo. So let's see. When you go to college, you will still, I think you will still study this. And maybe your teacher there will introduce another way of solving it. But this is the common formula that you will see. Okay, replace now. So 1/4, 12 plus 1 is 13. 1/4 of 13 using calculator will give you 3.25. 3.25 is not the quartile 1. It's the position. That's why there is TH. Like it's in the 3rd place, it's in the 3.25th place if you will count. Now, since there is decimal, if your computation is with decimal, you have to add the 3rd and the 4th. So 3rd, consider the next one and then divide by 2 or get 1/2. So here in this example, your 3rd number is 6 and the 4th number is 8. Yung pang 3rd at 4th, i-add nyo. So 6 plus 8, 14 divided by 2. That's why 7 is quartile 1. Nagets ba? That's it. Again, if your computation has decimal point, instead of getting the third number only, you consider the next. Kung third, so ang next ay fourth, kaya 3rd plus 4th position, you divide by 2, it's 7. Ito yon, 6 plus 8, 14 divided by 2, kaya naging 7. Which is correct naman. So 7 is quartile 1. Next, for quartile 2, so this time your K is replaced with 2. 2/4 na ngayon. 2/4 is the same as 1/2, right? Reduce to lowest term. So lowest term is always involved whenever you study math. So 2/4 is 1/2. Tapos 12 plus 1 is 13. So using calculator or even without calculator, just divide 13 by 2 or 1/2 of 13, that's 6.5, di ba? 6.5 place or position. Again, this is not the answer. Ito lang, this answer will determine kung pang ilan dun sa scores, sa list of scores yung hinahanap nyo. So since there is decimal again, you consider the 6 and the 7. Ano yung pang 6 natin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pang 6 mo ay 10. Ang pang 7 mo ay 10 din. So no worry, if they are the same, simply get it. So 10. Kasi 10 plus 10, 20 divided by 2, that's 10 pa rin. Okay? So 10 ang quartile 2. 10. Ayan. And finally, quartile 3, it's replaced of, sorry, hindi ko napalitan to. Quartile 3, dapat yan na 3, 3. Mamaya baguhin ko before I send this to our links. Quartile 3 na to Ito, 3, 3. Correction, 3. I replace K with 3. 3/4 of 12 plus 1. 3/4 of 13 is 9.75. So, divide it. It's like 3/4 is 0.75 times 13. If you do not know that 3/4 is 0.75, you can do it this way. 3 times 13, then divide by 4, you'll get 9.75. So again, 9.75 is not the answer. It's the position. And since there is decimal, you get the 9th and the 10th place. So the 9th place is 14, the 10th place is 15. What's the middle? 14.5, right? Kaya, see, hindi ko nga nabago. Pati dito sa Q. Sige, baguhin ko na muna ngayon Ito, it should be 2. And then this one should be quartile 3. Quartile 3. And quartile 3. Wait lang. Ito, 3/4. Okay, 1/2 talaga to 1/2. Kasi we have to get to 1/2 of the 9th and the 10th place. So we're done with this. Ayan, bago na no. Okay. Question before we proceed to decile. So we're done with the quartile. This is how you will compute for the quartile. Yes, Nathaniel?
Miss, lagi po bang 1/2 yung nasa baba? Yung sa may red mark po. Lagi po bang 1/2 yung i-divide pag kukunin yung final?
Yes. You will only do this if your answer here is with decimal. Gagawin mo lang yan pag decimal. You have to add the 2 and then divide by 2. Pero if obvious, like 10 and 10, pareho na naman yan, huwag mo nang gawin yung 1/2 kasi 10 din yung lalabas doon. Kunwari, yung 14 and 15, it's the same 14, 14. So, 14 yung sagot mo. So, gagawin mo lang to if they are not the same or if you cannot get right away what's 1/2 of the 2 when you add the 2 scores. But if you can compute it mentally, no need to do the last part. No need to do the last part. Okay? Question? Other questions? Jonas, do you have question? Wala. Okay, let's go to the next slide. This time it's about decile. Decile is when you divide into 10 equal parts. Sometimes it's difficult if it's not exact. Anyway, we're not dividing the sticks. We are getting the position. So here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Binawasan ko ng isa. Kanina 12. Kanina 12, di ba? So possible na different scores yan. Different numbers. Pwedeng 12, even numbers. Pwedeng odd numbers. This time, let's sub-add number. There are 11 scores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, find the following. Si decile 1 saka si decile 5 ang hahanapin natin. Now, since it's about decile, dividing the scores into 10, so this time, the formula is dk is equal to k over 10. Over 10 now instead of over 4. a while ago in the first slide over 4 kasi it's about quartile. Now, it's about decile kaya over 10. So, first, let's look for D1. Yan. So, D1 is equal to 1/10. Open parenthesis, 11 plus 1. Sorry, nagkulang ng close parenthesis. Ayan. So, decile 1 is equal to 1/10 of 12. So, 11 plus 1 is 12. Using calculator, 1/10 of 12 is 1.2. Or 12 divided by 10 is 1.2. So, there is decimal again, kaya consider natin yung first and second. So, first is 3. Second is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7 divided by 2. That's why your decile 5 is 3.5. So, first and second place. So, first place is 3. Second place is 4. What's the middle? Between 3 and 4, it's 3.5. Now, let's have decile 5. Decile 5 is the same as quartile 2, right? It's the median, yung gitna. So, let's see what's decile 5 here. Oops, bakit 2 na naman to? Decile 5. Decile 5, decile 5. Kita naman kahit hindi ko yan, no, palakihin. Yan. Kaya lang hindi pala mag-work yung aking animation. Yan, 6. So, 1/2 of 12 is 6. Now, take note. If it is exact like this one, you don't need to add. Kung ano yung pang 6th place, that's the answer. Kaya from 3, let's count. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So, your 6th is 10. So, your decile 5 is 10. Wait, let me palakihin ko ulit. Yan. So, let me repeat. 1/2 of 12 is 6. Again, 1/2. 5 over 10 kasi is 1/2. Nireduce lang sa lowest term. So, 1/2 of 12 is 6. So, yung pang 6, yung exactly pang 6 ang kukunin mo. It's exact. So, yung pang 6 natin na place is yung 10. So, 10. So, looking at this, let's put line. Your decile 5 is between 3 and 4. That's why the line is here. So, that's your decile 5. I mean, decile 1. So, your decile 5 is 10. Kasi ito mismo yung pang 6, right? Pang 6th place. So, this is our decile 5. Okay. Question before we proceed to percentile, the last part. Okay, no more question. Last, find the following: percentile 25 and percentile 50. This time, this is the formula. P sub k is equal to k over 100. It's over 100 if percentile. And then n plus 1 pa rin. So, the same given as the previous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, there are 11 scores. So, our n is 11. So, let's solve for percentile 25. So, instead of k, replace it with 25 over 100. Open parenthesis, 11 plus 1, close parenthesis. 25 over 100 is 1/4. So, dapat alam niyo yung basic. 25 over 100 is 1/4. So, 11 plus 1 is 12. 1/4 of 12 is 3. So, yung third number mismo ang kukunin nyo. It's not decimal. So, the third number is 6. 1, 2, 3. Pang tatlo. The third position is 6. So, 6 is our percentile 25. Okay. Yan. Next. Percentile 50, it's the middle. It's the median. So, remember, there's quartile 2, decile 5, percentile 50 are all the same. They are all the same as median, the middle number or the middle score. So, 50 over 100 times 11 plus 1, 50 over 100 is 1/2. Times 12 is equal to 6. It's the 6. Exactly. Hindi na tayo mag-a-add dito, then divide by 2. Kasi exact yung mga nakukuha natin. So if exact, kung ano yung matapatan, yun na yun. So ang pang 6th place natin ay yung 10, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our 6th place is 10. So our P is percentile 50 is 10. If you can remember, in the first example, quartile 2 natin ay 10 din. Decile 5 natin ay 10. So because decile 5, quartile 2, and percentile 50 are all the same. They are median. Kaya dapat pare-pareho yung makuhang sagot. So that's it. It's the 3rd place. It's our percentile 25. And then this is the middle or the median. That's our percentile 50. Okay, question. Tanong. Okay, do this. I'll give you 2 minutes. Wait. Look, let's go back. Let's go back here. Oops, nawala. Saan ako? Looking at the examples, what do you notice about the numbers? So what do you notice about the numbers? What do you notice about the given scores? They are what? So look at the scores. Yes, Diana?
May mga kulang pong ibang numbers.
Okay, may mga kulang na ibang numbers but it's okay. Okay, that's kasi in reality naman, the scores possible na may walang 5 na score, di ba? So okay yun, that's one observation. But what about the arrangement of the numbers? What about the arrangement of the numbers? Yes, Mavi?
Least to greatest po.
Okay, least to greatest. So that's one thing that you have to remember. See to it that before you compute, the numbers are arranged in this ascending order from least to greatest. Wait. Yan. So they are arranged from least to greatest. So whenever you see problems, you have to look for quartile, percentile, decile. See to it that the numbers are arranged from least to greatest. Wait, nasa na? Oh, plus. Okay. Yan. So please look for percentile 40, quartile 2, percentile 5, and decile 8. But see to it, your numbers are arranged. Sige, get your scratch or your notebook. Arrange nyo muna from least to greatest before you start. So you start with 4, followed by 5, 6. There are 24 numbers in all. So arrange nyo muna from least to greatest before you compute. Sige, I'll give you 1 minute to arrange, then let's have the same arrangement later before you start solving. So 1 minute, isulat nyo na naka-arrange from least to greatest muna. Okay, let's see. Let's have the same arrangement. Look at your copy. I will dictate 4, dalawang 5, 6, dalawang 4 na 7, right? And then followed by 8, 3 9s, 10, 11, 12, 12, 13, 14, 16, 16, 16. Tatlong 16. And then 18, 18, 18. That's it. Tama? So there are 24 scores. Sige, look for percentile 40. So 1 minute for percentile 40. Okay, who was answer? Okay, I can see correct answers in the chat box. It's 9. So the answer is 9. Sige, may I see? Yan. Andrea, please explain why 9?
Kasi po, 40 over 100 times 24 plus 1. So, 40 over 100. Or, pwede po siyang i-lowest term yung
Yes.
40 over 100 into 2/5 times 25. Tapos yung sagot po, 10. Tapos bibilangan mo lang po yung sa arrangement. So, yung pang 10 po is number 9 po.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. That's correct. I hope everybody got it. So that's 40 over 100, and 40 over 100 is the same as 2/5 when you reduce to lowest term. But if you don't like to do that, simply use your calculator. Wait, nawawala yung pen ko. Simply use your calculator and you'll get it. Where is? Sige, for those who cannot follow, let me explain. And then those who understood it already, you can proceed solving the others. Here's my color block. So we're looking for P40. This will be 40 over 100 kasi it's P. Pag P, it's over 100. Tapos there are 24 scores, so kaya plus 1. So 40 over 100 is the same as 2/5, 2 over 5. So 24 plus 1, it's 25 divided by 5, that's 5 times 2, 10. So yung pang 10 place mo, looking at your copy, ang pang 10 place mo ay 9, di ba? Kaya 9 yung sagot natin. So 9 is the percentile 40. Okay, sige. Continue solving for the rest of the given. So let me give you 2 minutes to solve everything. Ayaw na ng aking. Okay, let's have number 2. What is quartile 2? What is quartile 2? Okay. 4.5, 16. Yes, so Maxine's answers are all correct. She has answered already for all. Sige, Maxine, please explain number 2. How did you get quartile 2? Maxine? Sige, Maxine, how did you get quartile 2? The answer is 9.5. 9.5. So quartile 2 is the same as what? Median. Even without computing it, looking at your scores, pwede nyo tingnan yung list nyo, ano yung nasa gitna. So it's between 12 and 13. That's 9 and 10, kaya 9.5. If you want to compute, this is 2 over 4 times 24 plus 1. So this is 1 half. 2/4 is 1 half. 1 half of 25 is 12.5. So you have to consider yung pang 13th na score at pang 14th na score, then divide by 2. No, hindi 13. 12 and 13. So yung pang 12 na score ay 9, pang 13 na score ay 10. Kaya 9.5. Okay? Next, number 3, the answer is 4.5. It's percentile, kaya 5 over 100 times, i-shortcut ko na, 25. One way to do this, 5 times 25, divide by 100. Or pwede rin, reduce to lowest term, this is 1 over 20, di ba? Tapos 25 over 20, it's divide by 5 again, 5/4. 5 divided by 4 will give you 1.25, tama ba? 1.25. So you have to consider the first and second term, or first and second scores. And those scores are 4 and 5. So between 4 and 5, that's 4.5. Or 4 plus 5 is 9. Divided by 2, that's why it's 4.5. So 4.5 ang percentile 5. And last, decile 8, the answer is 16. So it's 8 over 10 because it's decile times 25. So 8 over 10 divided by 2 is 4/5, di ba? Tapos 25 divided by 5 is 5. That's how you will do it if you don't have calculator. Cancellation, cancellation. Tapos 4 times 5, that's 20. May over 5 pa ba? Wala na, no? That's the 20th score. Again, do not be confused. Baka yung iba kasi, once nakuha na yung sagot, yun na yung sagot nila. It's the position, the 20th. So, ang pang 20th na score ay 16. Tama? Kaya, in number 4, decile 8 is 16. So, ito yung mga sagot. Number 1 is 9. Number 2 is, anong sagot natin sa number 2? 12.5, no? 9.5 yung number 2 pala. Ito yung number 2. Number 3 is 4.5. And number 4 is 16. I hope you got all correct. Question? Question.